Hi guys, welcome to Wednesday night. We are going to do a wild card Wednesday, and we're going to do a watercolor card tonight, and I am excited about it. It's going to be super cute. I hope that you guys will grab your paints and join me as we do our painting, because it's going to be a fun one tonight. So hopefully you guys will join me. Grab some paints, grab some brushes, whatever you want to use for our stuff tonight. All right. So go ahead and get all of your things together. Yesterday, we did this cute little gnome. We used gouache paint to do this. I think he turned out pretty good considering. I'm not an expert at gouache, and it was not something that I felt like I was very good at it. But it worked well. I'm sorry if you hear me crunching in your ears. I am eating my dinner while I'm doing this live tonight, because I was hungry and I couldn't wait until after to eat. So we are going to be using our Meeden 96 color palette. Let me pull that out. Hey, Jamie. So we're going to be using our Meeden 96 color palette, which is right here. We're going to do Wild Card Wednesday. We're going to do a card. It's going to be really cute. We're going to use the Funto cards tonight. You can use whatever you want. It doesn't matter if you have the card set or not, because you can do this on regular watercolor paper. You don't have to do it on these cards. So, just so you know. But if you want to do it on the cards, the Funto cards are what we are using. So let me show you. They are right here. You get 50 cards in this set, and they are 5 by 7 in size. You can make yours any size you want, use any paper you want. You don't have to use these cards, but if you want them, they come on watercolor paper and they come with envelopes. So you end up with 50 different cards and envelopes. So the last one we did was this little cute Valentine's card. And of course you get all the envelopes as well to go along with the cards. So you get 50 total in this set. It comes like this in a box. You get 25 cards and envelopes, and you get 2 of these boxes. So these are great. The paper is great. No complaints when I used it. I really did like the way the paper feels. It's 100% cotton. Hey, Talia, how are you? No worries, Stacy. We just started. I'm still eating my dinner, so if y'all hear me munching in your ears, you know why. Okay, I haven't finished it yet. I made homemade Hot Pockets tonight. Yum. I have an amazing pizza dough recipe, and it makes really good Hot Pockets. Hey, Nat, how are you? Thank you for the gift. Appreciate that so much. Stacey, we're going to do a card tonight. I was showing everybody our cute little gnome we did yesterday. I think he turned out really cute. The more I look at him, the more I like him. I didn't really like him when I finished last night, but now that I've looked at him with fresh eyes, I really like how he turned out. So I'm happy with him. But we are going to do a fun little card that's going to require watercolor, and we're going to do some lettering tonight. You remember I told you guys that I was trying to get better at my lettering? Well, I have been working on it very much. And let me show you guys what I did today, just so y'all know, how cute is this? Didn't it turn out super cute? And my lettering doesn't look absolutely horrid. Yes, it will be on the tube of you. It sure will. But this is what I did today. I think it was super fun. So I thought it would be fun for us tonight, since it's Wednesday. We're going to call Wednesday nights our Wild Card Wednesdays. And that is when we're going to do a card. So every Wednesday night, we're going to do a watercolor card. And we're going to use this Funto card set to do it, because I have 50 of these cards and I've got to do something with them. So I thought it would be fun for us to every Wednesday do a different card. So tonight we're going to do one that has some watercolor, and also it has some lettering involved in it as well. So we're going to both practice our watercolor and our lettering tonight. So I know, right? Yeah, I think that he turned out super cute too. I mean, he's definitely a cute little gnome for sure. He'll be going up on my EBAY site on Sunday, just in case anybody is interested in giving him a new home. All of the things that are listed this week are right here. So just in case you guys want to go to my EBAY at some point this week, you can see what I have listed. But I have these are all the ones that are listed this week on there. So if you guys were interested in any of these, you can go to my EBAY. And you can find that link on my YouTube. I mean, on my TikTok channel, TikTok page. Okay. Flip-flops. Yep, that would be fun. I'll put that on the list right now while I'm thinking about it. Let me grab my pen. Summer stuff like watermelons and things like that. All right. Okay, so we are going to do a card tonight. Let me show you my inspiration. It is not an AI image. It is actually someone who did it on and posted it on the pin site. And I'm going to pull it up for you guys. We're only going to use it as inspiration as usual. Just because, I mean, it's not difficult. So, but this is what we're going to do tonight. So we're going to do a little card. It's your day to shine. It's going to be a card to send to someone who maybe is, has a big event coming up, or has something, maybe they have something at school that they're doing, or UIL, or you want to wish somebody good luck or something like that. That's what this card is going to be for. So this is what we're going to do tonight. If anybody wants to take a screenshot, go ahead and do that. Nat, we have Ladybug on our list. It sure is. It's already on there, and we're going to be doing some of that. Just so you know. Okay? All right. Take your screenshots. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. You're going to need some paint. You're going to need a pencil set. I'm going to be using my 0.5 out of my Nick Pro set. So this is the pencil set that I'm going to be using. It comes with a 1.3, it comes with a 0.5, 0.7, 0.9, and 2.0 pencils. I have no idea where, here it is. Y'all, I just want y'all to know something. I'm going to say this. I'm super disappointed, but the paper that I was telling you about that I got 2 of these from, I'm not happy with it. When I put water on it, it beads up. It like makes like a beaded, like, you know, you get those like paper fuzzies or whatever. I really don't like it. So just letting you guys know that it is not, it has my seal of approval for sketches. I absolutely love sketching on it, which I will continue to probably use it for that. and maybe pencil work. But as far as putting watercolor on it, it beads up if you put too much water on it. And I just don't like that because it's hard to work with. So, so I'll be using it for sketching and for pencil work, just so y'all know. But I'm getting closer to these. Look, they're almost done. I have to outline them, get them all outlined, and then get it scanned, and it's going to be ready for you guys to have as a download. So I'm excited. All right. Okay, so we're going to be using this pencil set right here. This is the Nick Pro set. You get all your different leads and all the different hardnesses, and you get actually some colored lead for your 2.0 pencils. You get your erasers, you get a kneaded eraser, you get 2 or 3 of your soft erasers, and you get a few pencil sharpeners for the larger size 2.0 leads. And it comes in this little travel kit. So if you're looking for a good sketching kit, this is a great one. Mechanical pencils are really good for keeping your lines consistent for your sketches. So if you're wanting good consistency in your sketching, then definitely get yourself a really good mechanical pencil set. And the one below is the one that we will be using tonight. I will show you guys. I did do a sketch with it today. I don't know, those of you who, some of you may have seen it, but I did a rose sketch with it today because I was wanting to play around with some of the different sizes. And I used the shading, I used the 0.5. For the sketch, I used the 0.7. And it worked out really well with the shading and everything. So I think it turned out really good. So I just, and everything looks super consistent. So you can see that all my shading is really consistent and my line work is really consistent. So that is, I think I attribute most of it to the fact that I use mechanical pencils instead of regular pencils. Stacy Lee, I have not been drawing that long. Honestly, I bought that book. This is not a sketchbook. It's an art class from Lauren Horn. And I started learning to draw when I got that book. So that was mid 2025. So not even, I don't think I've been drawing for even a year just yet. You know, I mean, I've always drawn, but not known not really understood how to do it. And so when I bought that book and started really practicing, it was in 2025. I really wanted to improve my drawing skills. And so I got that book, and that is what has helped me to do that. So, but they have really, really improved tremendously since I got that book. It's amazing. It's the yellow one. It's product number 15. It's right here, in case anybody is wondering. And also, make sure you're getting it from Lauren Horn Arts. Don't get the knockoffs because, you know, people steal people's books and then they put them on here and it's not from the original artist or the original author. So make sure when you get these, if you get the books, you get them from the original author because they put the work into the book and they're the ones who deserve to get that. So like this link goes straight to her page. So it's her shop. So it's directly from her. You'll find them cheaper, but it's you know, they're knockoffs. They're not the real thing. So just so you know. All right. So we're going to use pencil to draw. And then we're going to also need some brushes, some paints, maybe some colored pencils. We're definitely going to need some multi-liners tonight because we're going to be doing some lettering. The multi-liners I'm going to be using are going to be the Grabby tonight, right here. These are the Grabby black set. So it's the single black set that has all of the different sizes. You get your 003 all the way up to your brush size in this set. And this is going to be what we're going to use for our lettering tonight. Okay? Yeah, not quite a year, but almost a year, Stacy Lee. Okay. So, let me show you guys one more time our inspiration picture for tonight so that y'all know what we are doing. It's right here. Wild Card Wednesday. We're doing our card tonight. We're using the Funto cards. Take a screenshot if you need to. You shouldn't, though. It's going to be pretty simple. Oh, gosh. That just came out of my mouth, y'all. You know that you know what happens when it comes out of my mouth like that. It ends up being difficult. So, sorry about that. I jinxed us. All right. So, let me get to our cards. Let's see. They are right. Hang on. Here. These are what we're using for our cards. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get y'all on the overhead so that you guys can see from up above what we're doing. And this is a bigger image, so I'm gonna have to get y'all up higher tonight. So hopefully you can still see that pretty clearly. And let me mark my sides so I know where not to move my card from. So I keep my card in there so I know that y'all can see it. All right, are we all ready to go? So we are going to start by drawing out our light bulbs. Let me get this situated first, guys. Got a couple things that I need to exit out of on my computer because I've just been, oops, I didn't want to do that. I don't know what happened there. All right. Okay, now we can get going. All right, so we are going to get started by doing, the first thing that we're going to do is decide on, is do the bulbs themselves, because that will give us an idea of where the tops of the bulbs are going to need to be. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start, or this first bulb is going to kind of be angled to the right. So we are going to do like a very semi deep smiley face. And then we're going to make kind of a rounded edge right there. And then we're going to bring it out and make kind of a big circle for our bulb. Okay. I told y'all I shouldn't have said it was going to be easy. I'm already messing up. Okay, so there's our bulb. Y'all, I swear, I don't understand. Every time I say it's going to be easy, I mess it up. I never should have said it. All right, one more time. We're going to go out and around. I just got to get it like even so it looks like the rounded part is even. There we go. All right. Then we're going to do the other one is going to come up like this. So it's going to be kind of a sideways smiley face. And then around like that. And then we're going to have our straight line. I think this should be straight. Sorry, guys. Let me go back to this. I think that needs to be straight across. Yeah, like that. All right, so now we have it straight, and we're going to come around again here, just like that, and we're going to come down. Okay, now let's do this next one. It's going to be a little bit lower, and it's going to be the same way. We're going to come around and down, and go ahead and bring it all the way around. Like that. And then we can correct our sides so that it's uniform. And then make that straight across like that. And then this one is going to be the same way. It's going to come up like this and around and across. And around and down like that. And we're going to just bring it all the way around like this. And then this one is going to be like this. Okay? All right. I don't like the way this one looks. Let's fix it. Okay. So we're going to come up and around. There we go. That's better. Okay. I think I just went a little too round on the edges. That's why they look strange. There we go. All right, now we're going to do the tops of them. And the way we're going to do that is we're just going to do these little long ovals like this. And we're just going to connect those all the way around. We're going to make one short, and then one long, and then one short, and then one long. And we're just going to keep going until we get to the top. And then once we get to the top, we're going to make it round like that. And then it's going to have this hanging thing. Okay? Same thing here. We're going to do that a little bit different because I learned in that first one that it's going to be easier to do it like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a squiggly oval. Okay? So we're going to go like this. Then when we get to the top of the oval, we're going to go straight across and down. And then squiggle it, squiggle it, squiggle it. And around. And then we're just going to connect these like this. Okay, that's a little bit easier, right? All right, so let's erase this one and let's redo this one now that we know how to do it. We're learning as we go. So let's go squiggly, 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 and around. Okay, just like that. Same thing here. Squiggly, 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 and around. And squiggly, 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 and across. And then connect those all the way. These don't have to be perfect. They're just the tops of the light bulbs. Okay. How's everybody doing so far? Y'all give me some feedback in the comments. Let me know if y'all have any questions. So far, we're doing good. This one's kind of leaning a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to leave it that way. I'm going to bring this across here like this. We can go ahead and make a little attachment, little thing there. And we're going to go up like that. Again, right here, and go up like that. And right here, and go up like that. Okay. They're starting to look like light bulbs, right? Sort of. All right. Okay, now again, we're going to go squiggly, 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 squiggly. And here, and go squiggly, 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 squiggly. Bring them over. That's a technical term, by the way, the squiggly. Squiggly, squiggly is a art term for crooked and squiggly. Okay. Ta-da! All right, so there are our bulbs. How do you guys feel about those? Y'all give me some feedback because I don't have anything to go by if I don't hear from you guys. Okay. Perfect. Nanners, minis, and more. All right. Now we have to think about our little light bulb parts. So we're going to go down at a diagonal and kind of make this little diamond shape. In the center. Like that. And then we're going to connect them. So we're going to go down. Like that. Same thing here. We're just going to make our diagonal shape. Little diamond. And then okay. Okay, now this one's not going to have it. We're going to have lettering there. So let's do this one. And then go squiggly, loop to loop to loop to loop, and back. Okay. All right, now we're going to do our lettering. So, now when we do our lettering, the way we're going to do this is we're going to write it out normal first. Hey, Diane. I'm so glad you're here. Nope, we're doing lettering in this one, Stacey Lee. We're about to do that. I'm not chewing gum, Susie. I'm eating my dinner. I said that at the beginning. Sorry. I have to eat my dinner because I'm starving and I don't want my blood sugar to drop, so. Okay. So when we do our lettering, we're going to write it out. So we're going to start with it's, because we're going to do it's your day to shine. You can also do time, however you want to, but so we're going to do it's up in the small little area right here. And we're just going to do our I like this. It's going to have a little curly Q on it coming up like this. And we're going to bring our T down to hit it as well. And then we're going to circle around and do, our S is going to have a small circle, and then it's going to have a big N. Okay. So now on the downstrokes, let me just fix that S a little bit. I messed up a little bit. Use your own handwriting for this. Don't use my handwriting, because your handwriting is yours. So people want your handwriting. Okay. Now we're going to widen out our downstrokes on all of our letters like this. Okay. Now let's do your. And then we're going to, again, widen out the downstrokes. Okay, we're going to fill that in. All right, on day, we're going to do our D, A. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. I'm going to go down here. Okay, so we're going to widen out this, and widen out that, widen out that. All of our downstrokes. Okay. 2. Widen out the downstroke. Okay, so it's your day to. Then we're going to do shine, and we're going to do that in big letters, all caps, and we will make these thicker when we put the black on them. Okay, so there is our sketch. How's everybody doing on that so far? Let me know if we're ready to move on, or if y'all need to, if y'all need to finish it up. I'm really sorry I'm crunching in y'all's ears. I'm trying to lean away from the mic when I'm chewing. Thanks, Kaylin. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get my kneaded eraser, and I'm going to roll it on here and just lighten some of this up. Okay. All right. Now that it's lighter, we're ready to get moving on the colors for the light bulbs. So let's just go ahead and decide on what colors that you want to use for the light bulbs. I personally want to use neon colors, so that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to pull out my neon square here, and that is what I'm going to be using. You guys use whatever you want. I'm going to be using my Meeden #1 brush that comes out of the Meeden 4-pack set. Thanks, Jamie. And let me pull those up for you guys so you guys know what brushes I'm using. Right here are the brushes that I am going to be using to put the color on. I'm probably going to use this #5 tonight to start because we've got quite a bit of real estate to cover with the color. So I'm going to take water, and in my first one, I'm going to go ahead and add my water to the bulb. And I'm not going to worry about putting any color on it yet. I just want to get it wet first. Okay. So just get it as wet as you can without oversaturating it, because you don't want to overdo it. But these cards are a little different than the Meeden paper in that you have to use a little bit more water to do the wet on wet technique. It kind of takes them a minute to absorb it. You know how the Meeden paper absorbs the water like almost immediately? This paper does not do that. It takes a little bit of time. You have a lot more working time with this paper, but also you definitely have to know that you have to give it some time to absorb your color. I mean your water. Okay, so here we are. We are going to use the pink neon first, as I absolutely love this color. And we're going to go into our bulb, and we're just going to add that in. And just drag it across. And then once you get your color on there, you can drag it more. We want the first layer to be fairly light. We don't want to overdo the color, but we are going to go back in and do some shadows with it. So okay, so we got our pink on there. Now I'm going to go back in, and I'm just going to add some shadows right down here at the base. I'm right around the lighting element. Okay. And once it's the way that you like it, then go ahead, get rid of any harsh lines, and then dry it. All right, that looks good. I really like that color. All right, so next we're going to do the, I think I want to do the orange next. So let's go ahead. Let's just go straight in with the orange and see what happens. It's going to be probably about the same since this paper doesn't absorb as quickly. Initially, I forgot that this paper didn't absorb, so I thought we needed to do wet on wet, but we really don't because we've got plenty of working time with this. So just add your orange straight on to your bulb. Okay. And then once we get your color on, then go ahead and add in your shadows. So darker areas on this side and right around underneath here and right around the little heating element. Okay. Once you get it where you like it, then go ahead and dry it. Make sure you don't have any harsh lines. Okay, and dry it up. Okay, that looks really good. Now we are going to move on to the third one. This is the one that's got our lettering in it, and we're going to do that one at the yellow. That way we'll be able to see our lettering really well. So go ahead and add that yellow in. I love these neon colors. They're so pretty. Okay. And then let's add in our shadows there. And then once we get that done, go ahead and give it a dry. Oh, I like that color. It's so pretty. Y'all don't forget to grab your fan club points. Those are engagement points for your account and my account. It helps both of us. So go ahead and up there in the left-hand corner, grab that, hit that heart button, and do all the things. Obviously, you don't have to. If you would like to, please do that. I would be grateful. All right, let's do purple next. Ooh, that's pretty. add in those shadows. Okay. And let's let that dry. Super simple, super easy tonight. I know in the evening times I'm definitely on my soapbox for simple and easy, so. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna go in and we're gonna add our gray to the bulb part. I'm gonna use the silver right here. I'm gonna use this metallic silver. And we're gonna add that into our tops of our light bulbs. And our strings as well. I love that these brushes have these great tips on them, because even these big brushes like I'm using to fill all this space, I can use the tips to get into these small areas, and I don't have to change to a detail brush. I can just use the tip of this brush and go straight up, and I can do this cord with it as well, and I don't have to switch to a smaller brush because these brushes are so, they hold their shapes really well, and you get these great little tips out of them. So they hold a ton of water too. So you can see I don't have to dip into my paint constantly because my brush is feeding it with all the water that it's got in it, which is super nice. It's a time saver. Okay, now last one. All right, ta-da. Okay, so we have the tips of our bulbs and everything done. So let's go ahead and dry your brush off, rinse it, and put all of your paints back into your palette. All right, now we will come back and splatter in a minute, but we're gonna go ahead and do our detail work next. So let's make sure everything's dry so we don't mess up our multi-liners, because we're gonna be using the grabby multi-liners tonight. So let me pull those up for you guys. Those are right here. This is the set that's just the black. Now you can get this set with the black and the color. Also, it is also down in the shopping bag. That set is number, let me see. number 32. If you're looking for the set that has the color and the black, that is it's product number 32 in the bag below. Okay. But I am going to just be using the black set tonight. So, and I'm going to start with the 05. Now we will use a thinner one later, but for the outline of the bulbs, we're going to do an 05. Okay. And we're just going to outline our bulbs. This is a waterproof pen. So if we have to go back and add some color in a little while to our bulbs, it is not going to hurt this pen. It will not smear or smudge when you put water on it. You always want to make sure you're using a waterproof pen when you use ink or pen on your watercolor designs. And that way you're never in a situation where you need to add water and you end up having to smear your pen all over your paints. You don't want that. Okay. So I figure on Wednesday evenings, we will be doing our Wild Card Wednesdays, and we're going to do a card every Wednesday night that I come on because, number one, they don't take quite as long, and since it's always late. And number two, I have this entire pack of these Funto cards, which means I have 50 different cards, and I want to have cards to pull from when I need to send things out in the mail to people. And so if I go ahead and start now, by the end of the year, I can have almost all 50 cards done. Wouldn't that be nice? If we do it every week. Andrea, this paper is really thick, so it doesn't really curl or warp. Normally when I do like my ACEOs, when I do like these, I tape them down so I don't have to worry about that. But when I'm doing cards, I'm using these Funto cards, and they're super, my desk was dirty. They're super thick. So I really don't have too much problems with them warping, but you could tape them down if you wanted to, and that would solve that problem. So, okay. So now we're going to switch. We're going to go from our 05 now, and we're going to do we're going to move to our 005. And we're going to use that one for the elements in the lights, because we want this to be thinner. Because this is like a wiring inside the lights. So we're making it thinner. And we're just going to go over that. When you're using these smaller tips for these grabby pens, you want to make sure not to press too hard. You can damage your tip if you press too hard, because it is a very small tip. So you want to be very gentle and don't press too hard with these. Okay. All right. Yeah, Diane, I feel like that it always seems like when I need a card, I don't have time to sit down and paint one. But if I go ahead and do them every week, then I'll always have some available. So we're going to do some that are like specific, like this one is specifically for somebody who's got like an event or something coming up. You want to wish them good luck. But we're also going to do some that are just general cards that, you know, we can use. For, you know, whatever. That way, I'm going to move this out of the way. That way, you know, we have some that we can use for pretty much anything, which is nice. And then we're just going to connect all of these. Okay. Same thing here. Y'all can tell it's evening time because I'm a lot quieter at night than I am in the mornings when I do my tutorials. Yes, yes, Diane. We did a whole series of Christmas cards on live this year or last year. It was really fun. We took the Meet-In postcard set. It came with 10 Christmas cards or 10 cards, and we did 10 different Christmas cards. That playlist is on my Tube of You also if you're looking for it at any point. But it was really fun. We came up with some really good Christmas cards this year, didn't we, guys? It was really fun. And y'all did excellent. We also did a calendar for 2026. We did the Grabby calendar, and we did that. We did 12 different layouts for that, too. It was really fun. All right. There we go. All right, so now we're going to go back. We're going to change our size again, and we're going to go to the, I think I'm going to do the 02. Let me just look at it. Yep, I'm going to start with the 02. Okay. And we are going to just line out our letters just like we did at the beginning. But we're going to thicken up our downstrokes, and then we're going to fill those in like that. Okay, so again, right here, we're going to thicken it up. We're going to fill it in. Here. Okay. Same thing here. Just follow your writing and then thicken up your downstrokes and color them in. You just always want to make sure that your water is all dry before you start doing this, because you don't want to accidentally ruin your pen by putting it in some water. So always make sure your water is dry before you start this part of the process. Okay. And when you're doing these letters like this, you don't want to, hang on, I gotta concentrate. You don't want to use a tip that's too small, because it will dry it out really bad. So you want to make sure that the tip that you're using to color everything in is appropriate for the size of whatever art piece you're working on and whatever lettering you're doing. So that's important too, because these pens can be very finicky. They're just like the micron pens. They can be very particular on how you use them. So I told y'all I was going to be working on my lettering this year, and I have been practicing a lot. And I want to do some more stuff with you guys on our lives now that I'm kind of understanding it a little bit better. So just so you know, we'll be doing some fun stuff like this. Okay. So now we're going to do the letters at the bottom, and we are going to use our larger, I think I'm going to use the 08 for this. So it's a fairly large tip. And when you're working with the large tip of these pens, just so you know, if you are doing, let me grab a sheet of paper so I can show y'all. If you are writing on the side of these pens, well, this one's working pretty good. So normally, a lot of times you have to kind of be directly on the tip of the pen, so you have to kind of hold it up straight. These work pretty good. On the microns, sometimes you struggle with writing on the sides, but evidently Grabby solved that problem with these pens, so that's good. So I don't have to show you all that. So never mind. All right, so we're going to do our S, okay? But we're going to thicken that up because we want that shine to be really... We want it to stand out. So we're going to make that we're going to do that beside it and make it thicker. Okay. Same thing with the H. We're going to make it thicker. Okay. Oh, I do too, Diane. My handwriting is not good. I've practiced and practiced and practiced. I literally, y'all, it's like my penmanship has never, ever been good. So I spend, y'all, I'm not playing around. Where's my sheet? Hang on, I'll show y'all. I literally spend hours in the evening times practicing, like writing. Like you can see, like this is my journal where I'm just practicing like my name, and I do letters and lettering and things like that because I want to be able to do better lettering. Look, this was a cute little lettering I was practicing today. So like it's constant. Like if I'm in the house, I always have a pen in my hand and a journal in my hand, and I'm practicing my lettering skills because my writing is just so crappy. And I stay frustrated too because I feel like I should be better at it than I am because I practice so much. But yet here I sit and I'm not any better at it. So, and I always say go start thinner with your lines, and as you thicken it up, go thicker, because if you start too thick to start with, and you end up with lines that are much, much thicker than you want them to be. So always go thinner than you want and then just thicken them up a little bit at a time until you get where you want them to be. Okay. All right. So there is that. I think that looks pretty good considering I'm not, a lettering professional. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our paint again, and we're going to do our splatters on it, because you guys know that I'm not going to not splatter. Also, we're going to do a shadow underneath the light bulbs. So we're going to take our Meted number 1, which is the small brush, okay? And we're going to get a little bit of gray. Okay, and we're going to mix it in with this blue that I already have on the palette here. And we're going to come up with a shadow color. And we're just going to go right up underneath each of our light bulbs. Like this. This is another reason you want to use watercolor ink, because if I were doing this up against this black and it was not waterproof, not watercolor, but waterproof ink, then it would be smearing this black, and we don't want that to smear. Okay. All right, so we have our shadow, and now we are going to get some of our pink, and we are going to splatter, and then we're going to get some of our orange, then we are going to get some of our yellow, and then we're going to get some of our purple. Ta-da! All right, let's try it. Ooh, I have a little bug on my palette. All right. This pink doesn't want to dry. Okay. I think it's dry. There we go. All right. So now we have this super cute card. Now, one of the things that I usually do on my cards, and let me see if I have it in here because I haven't used it in a while, but let me just check really quickly. I have a stamp that says handmade, and I usually do that on the back of my card so that they know that I handmade the card, and I don't necessarily sign it on the front. However, I don't think that I have it in here. I think it's in my other box of stamps outside in the storage. I mean, not outside, but in my back part of my studio where all my stuff is in storage. So I'll have to hunt that down, but that's fine. I just won't worry about it for tonight, but I will go on the back, and I'll stamp it right here. It says handmade, and I'll sign it there and date it, and then I will have my card. So there you go, guys. Wild Card Wednesday, our very first one. This tutorial will be up on my Tube of You channel. So if you guys are wanting the tutorial, it will be up on there. I have gotten everything up on that channel except for yesterday's gnome. So everything else, even the Easter bunny that we did the other day, this one is already up also. So I got everything up. I got 3 things, the last 3 ones done. Thank you, Cat, sorry. Thanks so much. Thanks, Diane. So sorry about that. If you are looking to do any of the tutorials of anything, they're all up there. So this one will go up, and I will also get the gnome up hopefully tomorrow. So, but I am getting caught up, so they're almost all up. So if you want to see which ones are up there, we have the dragonfly, the grasshopper, the bunny, the dog, the giraffe. That's all up there. All of these are up. The rabbit, the cow, the possum, the dragon, the hummingbird, the snail, the peacock, the elephant, the raccoon, the hedgehog, the horse/donkey, and the flamingo. You guys, the flamingo almost took over as my favorite in place of the dog, but I still really think I like the dog best. So the flamingo is my second favorite one. I want to show y'all, I was testing around. I was testing some stuff today to see on some prints. First of all, I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys have any questions on this, let me know in the comments. Any of the supplies we used, anything that you have questions about, let me know, and I will be happy to answer them. We used the Funto cards. So I want to make sure I put those up for you guys because you get 50 cards and envelopes in this. So it's less than $1 a card, and you end up in their handmade cards. And if you guys have checked the price of cards lately, it's not cheap to buy a card at the store. So making your own cards this way is way less expensive, and it means a lot more because you're actually making them yourself. And so people are actually getting a hand-painted, card piece of art from you, which is really nice. So I highly recommend clicking on that link and getting those cards because they are not expensive at all. Let me repin them because they're acting weird. Hang on, where are they? Has TikTok been acting weird for y'all? I mean, it's been strange for me the last couple of days. It's done some weird stuff. Okay, so there they are. I highly recommend them. I love the paper. I will say that I don't like it as much as I like the meat-in paper, but I do like it, and it doesn't beat up when you put a lot of water on it. It gives you a little more working time than the meat-in paper, so it's nice. And it's a really high quality paper. So I was surprised because when I got them and there were 50 cards in the set and the price of them, I was thinking this is going to be really crappy paper, but it isn't. It's really good paper, y'all. I was really surprised. So just saying, I love them. Okay. But I want to show you guys. I was playing around today. And I did a couple things with my prints. So, okay. So this one is the one that I did. I did a print of, right? Okay. So I scanned the original and I printed my limited edition print of this Pretty in Pink. Okay. Then today I took a photo of it and printed it, and this is what I came out with. So this is scanning it. This is the taking a photo, like a really good quality photo. Now, here is the original once again. So here's the original, and here's the photo. So you can see a big difference in the color when it's the photo versus when I scan it. So that's the difference there. Okay, then I printed it on linen paper instead of regular watercolor paper because I'm playing around with paper, trying to decide for my print club that I've got that I'm fixing to launch. I want to know what kind of paper to use for my prints. So I printed it on linen paper, and I love the way that it came out on this linen paper, you guys. Look how pretty that is. So this is on the linen paper. It's paper that's made of linen. It's like got this great, like, it's textured like linen. It's just really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see the texture on it, but, so anyway, I was just playing around, trying to decide, what kind of paper I wanted to use. So I got a sample box of paper from this company. And let me see if I can find it for you guys because I want it. And what they do is they give you a sample box. You buy it. I had to pay for it, but it's got all the different kinds of paper that they have. So this is the 60-pound river linen. So you can see the texture of that. See how pretty that is? Okay. This is the canvas paper. So this is more like a canvas, which I think is really cool. And then you have, this is the art paper. So this is going to be for like sketches and stuff. And this is what I actually think that I'm probably going to end up going with for any of my black and white sketches is this art white, this Ara white. It's really nice. And then this is the Art Natural. So it's just a regular kind of almost like it's a really nice cardstock, good quality cardstock. This is the satin, so it's got a kind of a shiny satin feel to it. They give you 2 sheets of each one so you can play around with them. And then this is another one of the natural. This is the River Linen again. And this was the paper canvas. So I went ahead and I sketched on my... I did my lion sketch on this one to see what it would look like on canvas paper. So that is the texture of the canvas, if you guys can see that. There is the company. If anybody wants to know the company that I'm using, and you can get a sample box from them for like, I don't even remember, but anyway, that is, so I'm playing around with it because when you guys that decide, if y'all decide to do my print, my print club, it's going to be a monthly print club where you get some prints of my stuff. You're going to get some stickers, some colored stickers of some of my stuff. And then also you're going to get some black and whites. And so I want to make sure that the paper that I use is really, really good. So I'm testing out a lot of different papers. So I just think that this linen is really pretty. But I also like the canvas. I'm going to try to do this. I think I'm going to do this on the canvas too and see what it looks like. But I definitely did find out that it's much better to do a scan than it is a photograph. Because if you look at this photograph compared to the scan, you can definitely tell the difference. The scan looks much, much better. So anyway, I just thought y'all might want to see what I've been working on for our print club that I'm going to be launching. So there's that. All right. So tomorrow I will be on at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 10 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard Time. I will be doing a morning tutorial tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We may do, I just don't know. We may do a lettering. I might do a lettering tutorial tomorrow. Maybe do something like what I showed you guys earlier in my binder, in my book. Maybe we'll do another, I'll do something like, I've been working on some sketches too. Isn't that cute? So anyway, sorry. I'm gonna, well, where is it? Hang on. It's not in that. Just a second. I'll find out where it is. What I do with it. My green book. Here it is. Wrong journal. So maybe we'll do something fun like this tomorrow morning. I think maybe we'll do a lettering tutorial tomorrow. If you guys are up to it, what do you guys think about that? Maybe we'll do a lettering tutorial tomorrow. I think this is super cute. I had a lot of fun doing this too, so I think it'll be great. Okay, so and then on Friday, of course, I'm gonna have my grandkids in the morning, so it will probably be Friday night that I do my tutorial with them, just so you guys know. Yeah, this came in the Mr. Pen journaling kit. This one did. And it was the Jenny Myers or whatever it was, journaling kit. It came with pens. It came with it came with a set of microns. It came with the journal. It came with a ruler. I mean, it came with a ton of stuff. It's a great little journaling kit. If you don't have one and you're looking for a good little journaling kit, that was definitely a good one to have. So, I really, really like this. So, Red River Paper is the name of the company. Red River Paper, Stacey Lee. I'll send it to you in a message if you need me to. Okay. And you can get a sample pack, and then you can decide on what kind of paper which ones you like and which ones you don't. Okay, perfect then, Diane. Okay. Any questions on anything that we've talked about tonight? Another thing that I will let you guys know that I've been working on, and it'll probably be something that we do, is I've been working my way through, well, not through it, but I've been picking flowers out of this botanical watercolor painting for beginners, because it is a book that teaches you how to do florals. And I'm trying not to suck at florals so much. So, and it's got step-by-step instructions on how to do each of these flowers. So that is another thing that I would like to do with you guys, is some floral stuff. So as spring approaches, we're going to be doing floral work. So if you guys are interested in doing that, then that's another thing that I'm going to be working on during my lives, because I know we do a ton of ACEOs, and which is great, and I love them, and I do, you know, that helps my income because I do list them and sell them. However, that's not the whole point of our lives. Part of the point of our lives is to branch out and do things that are that we can learn and get better at. So I think it's important that we do things that we don't necessarily know how to do. And florals is one of those things that I really, really struggle with. And this book has got, like, it shows you it shows you blending techniques, like how to blend your colors, shows you how it shows you wet on wet techniques. It shows you how to do layers, which is great. It shows you how to soften up things. And it also takes you through, for instance, this particular one. It takes you through like step by step. So it tells you what colors you need for your palette. And then it goes through the petal work. And then it tells you what to do, like to add. It tells you to let it dry. And then using a round brush, add darker lines through it. And then it tells you here, like step 5A, it gives you like little extra pointers. 5B, and it teaches you how to do that, and then it goes on to the next one and the next one. So if you're wanting to learn to do really good florals, this book is super, super detailed, and it gets you, gives you all of the details of each flower. So I have really been wanting to improve my floral skills. So I have the one from Lay It Flat Books. So it's the spiral bound one, so it can lay flat, and I can look at it as I, as I use it. I can, actually like look at it and go, okay, this is where I need to do this. And I can set it beside me while I'm working on it, and it's flat. I don't have to you know how sometimes the spines won't let the book stay open. So I got the one that was spiral bound because I wanted to be able to lay flat. So anyway, so this is a really cool book. So I'm working my way through it, or not through it, but doing different lessons out of it often. And so that one is another, that's another thing that I'm really working on that I want to do live with you guys. Here was one of mine I did the other day. It wasn't great, okay, but let me pull the page so I can show you the lesson, because I want you guys to see. Like, it's not at all like the book, but it's close, okay? So, I learned a whole lot as I was doing it, and I really did, even though it's not perfect and it definitely has its flaws and is not as good as the book, it definitely showed me, I learned a whole lot when I was doing this lesson. So, it's a really neat book. So, okay. Any questions on anything we did tonight, or anything I've talked about, or any of that stuff? Because now is the time. Otherwise, I'm going to, I don't know, probably hop off of here. It seems like it went so fast tonight. I feel like I went fast tonight. We didn't use any pencils, so it didn't take quite as long to do our stuff tonight. But does anybody have any questions on anything that we did tonight or earlier in this week? So let me just show you guys. We did this last night or yesterday morning, which was the gouache gnome. He turned out super cute. We did the Easter egg this week, which was super cute. We did him on Monday. And then tomorrow we're going to do a fun lettering. I'm going to design it before we get on tomorrow. So I'm going to sit down tonight and kind of look at some different things and decide what we want to do. But we're going to do something like this. So we're going to work on some lettering tomorrow. And then on Friday, I think I'm going to do some Bible journaling and do a devotional and Bible journaling study with you guys. It'll probably be Friday early evening, but I think that's what I'm going to do Friday. So that's my plan for this week. All right, guys. Any questions about anything before I sign off and tell you guys good night for today? Let me know in the comments. Hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I think it was fun. We're one card closer to finishing all of our cards. We're actually 2 cards closer because I have the Valentine's Day card that we did too. So we actually had multiple. So we've done, let's see our cards so far. So we did this card. This was the Valentine's Day card that we did. And we have this card. Okay, so those are the 2 cards that we have so far in our arsenal for our cards. All right, guys, then I am going to say good night. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning, and we are going to do some fun lettering stuff and enjoy. And we're going to be using probably some alcohol markers for that, and also some acrylic markers for that. And, of course, our microns and our grabby multi-liners for that. So come prepared to have those supplies available to do those tutorials. This one will be uploaded to my Tube of You along with the other 2 from this week. The bunny rabbit is already uploaded, but he will be getting uploaded tonight when I get off of here. And I will get this uploaded tomorrow. All right? Sounds good, Diane. Tomorrow, you're going to need some alcohol markers. You're going to need some multi-liners or some waterproof pens. And you will need some acrylic markers, any kind of markers, colored pencils, or anything to color your lettering. Okay, you don't have to use alcohol ink or alcohol markers. You can use acrylic markers. You can also use colored pencils. You can use your colored microns if you have them. You can use highlighters, like anything to color your lettering. All right. That's what we'll need tomorrow. All right, guys. We will talk to you guys soon. And I'm going to say good night. Sweet dreams, guys. Bye.